So, you know, Katie, Ryan, and I were all single fall term, and we were all kind of a little lonely. And so there was a party going on across the hall, and it was like a dance party. And we were like, we should go over and find someone to make out with. We should just go find someone, preferably a girl, so then there'd be 2 girls and 2 guys, and let's just go find a girl to make out with, and just do that. And we went over and we danced for a bit, and it wasn't really successful, and we were like, okay, we'll come back. So on the way back, right outside our door, there's these 2 people, and it was Ravioli Girl, and now apparently Ravioli Guy. He's also been dubbed that. And we just hear her going like, I just want some ravioli. I'm so hungry. And
that's so Martha Brown.
Yeah, and I had this thought because I had some in my cabinet, and I was like, I have ravioli. And she's like, you do? Can I have some? And like she was so excited. And they were kind of arguing, and the guy was like, I don't want to stick around for this. So whatever. He leaves. So she comes in.
She was so pissed.
She was angry. So she like came in and was like super thankful to us, but then also like, oh, he left. He didn't want to eat with me. But thank you guys so much for this ravioli. So she eats the ravioli. She offers it to us. We're like, it's okay. You know. And then she leaves. So that's the first night. Part 2. We're out by Post walking somewhere or back from somewhere.
We were walking some freshmen home.
Some freshmen home? Okay. And we like run across who else but Ravioli Girl and 2 of her friends. And like, it's like we see her and say hi, but then she whips around and goes like, ravioli! And like points at us. And I'm sitting there like, yeah, I have some more if you want. Mistakes.
Well, what have you done?
Mistakes I made. So then she's like, yes! And she just grabs her 2 friends and drags them to our place. So she comes over.
We smoked hookah together because we were coming back.
Yeah, we smoked hookah. Yeah, we were coming back to smoke hookah. So she like hung around with her 2 friends and we all like smoked together while she like ate her ravioli.
And she's like gushing over it and like, oh my god, I need to pay you back.
Right.
I'll pay you back.
I'll pay you guys
so
back.
Much ravioli.
So then the 3rd encounter is Katie and Ryan are sitting around and I'm probably in my room or the bathroom or something, and there's this knock at the door. And Katie thinks Ryan's having someone over, but Ryan doesn't know who it is, so he opens the door, and it's Ravioli Girl with a plastic bag full of ravioli cans, and she hands it over to Ryan and says, here, I bought you some ravioli, expect my present soon, and runs away. And runs out of the Yellows. And that was it. And Ryan's just sitting there like, okay.
Like, we were like, what do we do with it?
What do we do?
I guess we put it in giant
and so when
Tupperware.
we've decided, like, so it's not like she couldn't get it herself.
Part 6.
Hold on. It's not like she couldn't get it herself, and it's not like there's no microwaves anywhere. She just, like, bought the ravioli to eat here at our place. Like, that, so she comes here to eat her ravioli. Like, it's so weird. Okay, so the...
Oh, it gets worse, bro.
Yeah, well, you can keep going, because I don't remember parts 4, 5, 6.
Alright, I do.
Okay.
Alright, so...
Where's that garlic bread?
Lost Hope, the Empire section.
What?
Garlic bread?
Yeah.
Turn the tray.
In the fridge, it's on the right. It's the napkin on the right. First napkin on the right, straight on till morning. So, 4th night. I was sitting here, and, like, so... We were playing Grand Theft Auto. This is the first time that Jameson and Duncan met Ravioli Girl. And okay, so they walk in, like we hear a knock on the door, we open it, it's Ravioli Girl. Alright, you know where the ravioli is by now. She walks in, Ravioli Guy. The guy from the first night is with her.
What?
And he's Rob from Psych Class. Like I knew him, and I was like, oh hey Rob, and he's like, hey. And so they came in. And he sat and talked with us, and she just like, they both ate their ravioli, they just like rinsed their dishes and were like, bye guys, and they just left. So that was that. So like a week passes, 5th night. I was sitting on that couch, I had just gotten back from something, it was like 2 a.m. maybe. And, oh no, this is the night where, me and John had been talking, and John was like, oh my gosh, did Ravioli Girl come? Because we had been out party hopping. And they're like, no. And we're like, he's like, damn it. Because he really wanted Ravioli Girl to come. But yeah. And so like a couple minutes afterward, he's like brushing his teeth or something, and there's a knock on the door. And he like runs out. He's like, oh my god, Ravioli girl. And he opens the door and she's there. And she goes, I heard you calling my name. And I'm like, ah. She comes in and we're like, okay, it's Ravioli guys with her again. And we're like, hey, you guys know what to do. So they go and they get the bowl. But get this. They get the bowl of ravioli. And I'm sitting on that couch. They start walking out with the bowl. And I'm like, where are you guys going? And they're like, oh, don't worry, we're just going out. And I'm like, okay. And as they walk out, I'm like, bring the bowl back. And I'm like, we're never going to see that bowl again. But lo and behold, 20 minutes later, they come in. And they rinse the bowl and they leave. Now we're not even a place for them to eat ravioli. We're just a place for them to keep the ravioli. We're just a storage facility. Like, I don't even understand. So that week passes. Ryan, can you tell the next night? Because you were here for it.
Which is the life of ravioli.
I only saw the aftermath.
Right.
Oh man.
So I was just hanging out with a few people out here. I think Duncan was there. Maybe. We were just like having a chill little thing, and then Ravioli Girl just like walks in because the door was like just like unlocked. She walks in and she's like, Ravioli, and I'm like, well, no one else is here, but I guess you can like have some, yeah, sure. And so she starts like making herself ravioli, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna make pasta for everyone because that's something that I do. And then I start like heating up the water, and she's like, no, I'll take care of this. I'll do this for you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. And I'm like, oh, well, thanks, Ravioli Girl. You know, that's real nice.
Yeah.
You know, repaying us for keeping ravioli here for you and shit. But then, you know, in like 20 minutes, like, half the fucking thing is just like burnt to the bottom of the pot, and like half the spaghetti is just like destroyed. And she just sort of like leaves.
Was that the night that she brought the weird blonde boy?
So that was
I think maybe.
That was
that was
Yeah.
the end up
Yeah.
until really recently.
I think during that thing
I
kinda
was
left in the
I
middle when she
was
cooking
in my
because I
room.
was super
It was like
fucking
4
hungry.
a.m.
Like, you're like,
I
"So where
thought
did it
that
go?"
someone
No.
might be coming over, but like
What?
I was pretty convinced that they weren't going to. So I was like half asleep, and there's a knock on the door, and it's 4 a.m. I'm like half asleep, so I get up, because I'm like, it might be the person. And so I go to the door, and I open the door, expecting to see this
Well, it's
other
a chain.
person, but no, I'm face to face with Ravioli Girl. And I'm just like, no, not today, not now. I just like looked at her, and she's like, you look really tired. And I'm like, I was just asleep. And she's like, you answered the door awful fast for being asleep. I was like, I do that. I was like, she's calling me out, and I'm like half asleep, and I'm like, I don't even, what are you even trying to do?
Yeah.
I was not gonna let her have ravioli. I was not down for that. But she just like reaches out and touches my face and says, go back to bed, and I'm like, I was going to. And then she left, and I haven't seen her since.
One commercial was about McDonald's.
And that's the